Ladies and gentlemen, the Newton Nomadic Theater presents Story Slam.
So the next guy, tell you, we invited him. He heard about it. He was like, absolutely, he'll do it. So I want to give you, I want you to give him a very warm welcome for the mayor of the great city of Newton, Mayor Setti Warren. Hi, good evening. This is the scariest, most intimidating thing I think I've ever done in my entire political life. Okay, do I begin?
Yeah.
Jared, start. I heard about some bells and some other things. I'm a little scared about that. So I have a very brief story to share with you. It's the story about a young woman that I went to college with named Maura DeVito. She and I were at Boston College together. We didn't really know each other all that well, but we got to know each other when she moved to my street on Beaumont Avenue in Newton with her husband, Jason. They moved to our street about 6 years ago, and they had a daughter the first year that they moved into Beaumont Avenue named Ellie. And I got to know Maura again through our relationship as parents and friends. My wife Tassie and I and Jason and her daughter Ellie and my daughter Abigail and my son John all became really great friends. And we had a great little neighborhood of kids and parents sort of hanging out together, spending Halloweens together, going trick-or-treating together. And Maura was sort of the ringleader and got us in a lot of trouble over the last 6 years. With the kids playing outside at all hours of the evening. She was a real life force. Well, last year, in September, we learned that Maura had terminal cancer. And her daughter, who last year turned 4, and her husband learned of this news. And in November of last year, Maura passed away. And she actually passed away on November 23rd, 2 days from now, from a year. So I've been thinking about her a lot. And the sort of extraordinary part of this story is really Maura's and our relationship from September to November, towards the end of her life. She was so giving. And so full of life. She was always asking how things in the city were going and complaining about things on Beaumont Avenue, including the street. But she always was trying to do things for other people in our neighborhood up until the moment that she died. And we just remember her because she was just such a giving person. So just a few points in sort of thinking about this story as we go into Thanksgiving that my wife and I, as I thought about this story, wanted to pass along to you and for me. First, it just reminds us of how fortunate we all are to be in this great community and have friends and family. So the first thing that I want to pass along to you that I think about that this reminds me of is to be thankful and grateful for what we have. The second thing is to remind ourselves to do things for others. These small things about asking how our friends and family are doing. Reaching out to people maybe that you haven't seen in a long time, that you think about, but maybe that you haven't reached out to. Just thinking about that. The third thing is, just thinking about these incredible organizations that do things for health purposes and in cancer. I ride in the Pan Match Challenge every year. This is my 5th year riding for Dana-Farber. And thank you. And this year's ride was really special for me because of Maura. So the third thing I would say is just when you see these charities and you see these organizations like Dana-Farber, think about doing something for them. Think about sort of lending a hand for them. And the last thing I would say is, think about more. Think about Ellie, that little girl. Think about that family. Think about particularly Mora's spirit and how you can sort of be captured by that, towards the end of her life. Her daughter's doing really well right now, by the way. She's at Cabot in kindergarten, and we've all reached out to sort of help Jason and the family. But think about how that Mora lived, and think about how you can sort of take that spirit and pass it along to your friends and family. So we should be thankful. We should be grateful. Thanks for giving me the few minutes, and it's great to be with you tonight. Enjoy.